I ordered this piece of glass and it came wrapped in this brown paper, so I just tried not to rip it too much as I took the glass out. And now I have a very nice piece of high quality brown paper. Obviously it could be recycled, but it's way better to reuse it. Paper, specifically homework. Got a lot of homework. And this stuff is from when my 17-year-old stepdaughter was in like middle school, you know. This paper was printed on two sides, is kind of useless, right? But it comes in handy for starting fires here at the fireplace, because you're not really supposed to burn the colored ink, and most newspapers are primarily color nowadays, so this is pretty good for starting the fire in the morning. But then a lot of it is only printed on one side. So that gives you another side of perfectly usable paper. Obviously you're not going to send your tax info in on one of these, but actually I probably would. But I put these right in the printer of our home printer on the rare occasions I print, and I just print on the back if it's something that's not too important. And then another thing that we do with this is, instead of buying notepads, you can rip it in half and rip it in half again. And we use these for writing notes around the house, like shopping lists and errands and stuff, or you know, like, hey, you know, your dad called, whatever. Instead of buying those little notepads, so we keep those right in the drawer. I'm actually such a cheapo that I even rip these in half a lot when I write notes, so I don't have to use the whole thing. It's a great way to recycle, or repurpose rather, paper than recycling it. That got me thinking too. I had another idea to maybe do something a little better than that. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can do it. Well, this is my first time ever trying anything like this, and it was actually a lot of fun. Works better than I expected, and they're not very nice. This is, like I said, first time. The edges are a little too rough. I could probably hit them on the belt sander and make them look a little better, which I think I'm going to try. But the proof of concept is sound, and maybe if I sharpen up my paper cutter and put a little more time into the finesse of it, it's definitely way better than throwing it away, and way better than recycling it. Okay, what I wanted to show you here is I'm using basically all upcycled materials to package up a sale I made online. Now, right here I'm making business cards out of a cereal box, and I have a whole video about that I'll put a link below so you can watch and see exactly what's going on here. Basically just stamping cereal boxes. And then I have this packing material left over from a package that I had delivered to me, and there's that brown paper I saved from the glass. Taped that all up with a little packing tape, and there's one of my scraps of homework paper with the address written on it, taped on, and it's ready to go. How many pieces of mail do you get in a day? Junk mail with envelopes that you don't need. Either you're paying online or it's just junk that they're sending you. Well, these are good envelopes. No need to throw them away. You just cross out their name and put the one you want to send it to. It's pretty simple. Even if it says no postage necessary, you can still put a stamp right over that. Postman will take it. Here's one my wife came up with. Most of the time when you need a napkin, you don't really need the whole napkin. You just need half of it. So she'll sit and rip them all in half. Well, I've just used this paper for a whole bunch of things. I think I can find another use for it too right now. So it's Christmas Day here and we have wrapping paper left over. Some of it, a lot of it is my brown paper you saw me using earlier. Paper bags and whatnot. And then there's the other variety that has a colored ink on it so we can't burn it. It's all recyclable, but instead of recycling it right now, I'm going to save it and use it as packing material for some of the stuff that I sell out of my shop. I'm just going to crumple it up and shove it in there instead of buying bubble wrap or any other kind of packing material. I'm sure that the final destination it goes to with the product, it'll probably end up getting recycled or thrown away there, but at least I'm taking one more step, and if I'm lucky, the person I sell it to will save it for future shipping that they might need to do as well. Maybe I'll ask them to. Want to make a template with a piece of scrap paper, but you don't have a pencil? All you need are dirty hands. Here's your template. Lucky for me, there's no shortage of dirty hands around this shop. Yay! If you like my channel and you like what I do, please consider supporting it on Patreon. Now, as far as for this episode of paper, obviously there's a bunch more things we could do with paper. Never mind like the kid crafts alone. You could cut them into squares to make origami. Go ahead and leave some of your suggestions for what to do with old paper in the comments below. That'd be really awesome. This is just some of the things I do. Maybe some of them you've thought of, and maybe some of them you haven't thought of. So I hope you like it. I understand that all creatures on this planet, and non-creatures, everything living on this planet, consumes and leaves something behind. And all I'm saying we can do is maybe leave a little less behind.